I've got all the framework cut, the sharp edges routed, and they're all soaked in G4, as well as that long white piece and those two small pieces for here, here and here. So what we got here, I like to label everything with measurements, so when I come to put it back together it really confuses me. Okay, whoa, no, I've got a bit of writing on that one. So that one's for the back bulkhead. The 373s are all for the uprights. This is bottom forward. Okay, that's there. Gotta put a long one. These go here. See that one? Currently all held up vaguely with this rope. Alright, that is the structural rope out of here. So, I didn't really know where to start. I made these panels a while back and they've just been sat here. So I need to kind of figure out what I'm up to before I start screwing everything down. I really have no clue about what I did because it was a long time ago. That looks fairly good there. This all has a trim around that holds on the cushions. And a couple of mil here and there doesn't really matter because we have the trim to hide our shame. You're all probably going to curse my building method, but it is what it is. So as I thought, because of this tabbing, I'm going to have to take a tiny bit off each of these. Just a millimetre or so, a couple of mil. Otherwise you get a gap here. Have I told you guys how much I hate carpentry? And it's not even hard carpentry. There's a gap there, not a gap there. Yeah, square enough. So now we put this batten in the bottom. There's a wee gap. So I think what I'll do is I've dug out where that gap is. I dug out some wood and I think a little trim, little oiled up teak trim shouldn't look too bad. Oy. And with the actual sofa trim, I think if anything it's an improvement.
Stress levels are quite high right now because Stuart never gets stressed. I do for both of us. So we're moving back pretty soon and we're trying to finish a lot of things and it's proving to be hard work. So I don't even know what's the last thing we recorded. But right now we ran into a little bit of a pickle, a rotten bulkhead.
It's all good.
Stuart is not bothered.
What can I do? Argue about it? Yeah, sorry, please don't be rotten. Come on, give me a second chance. No. But these shelves needed to come out because they're all
rotten?
Yeah.
We knew these shelves needed changing. It's just we were not gonna do it yet because we had loads to do. But as I was working on this wardrobe, I was gonna fill some holes and realized that there was some rot. So along here by the tabbing is pretty much all rotten. A lot of the wood is still good. It's not all rotten, so we're gonna do a partial replacement. I don't know how well or how much you can see there, but it's just gone beyond repair.
Sometimes the boat decides the jobs you're going to do, not the other way around. So
Sometimes no, all the time.
So you just have to go with it, you know. She'll tell you what she wants repairing, and yeah, you just got to do what she asks.
She keeps us in our toes. In our toes or on our toes?
On our toes.
On our toes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy we're taking these shelves off because they're disgusting. Every time moldy stuff come out the boat, I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh, the screws.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not bad. Still got a couple of seasons in it.
I remember when we were looking in that cupboard, there were like pots of different paints and oils and whatever stuck to the board.
Mud Dorby nests.
Yeah, loads of nests.
I found this one in my collection somewhere, and I don't know where it's from, but I think it's a Phillips, not a posi. It's got something written on it, but I only have one, whereas I have lots of posies. I don't know if you can see that, but only one of these special ones, and it's sentimental. And there is still one Mud Dorby nest left. Yeah, they make these little sort of clay pots, and they put a larva in there, a larvae, something like this. Yeah, I felt a bit bad because I got rid of it. Now this is the main body of this whole unit, from the nav table down the corridor to that bulkhead that needs replacing. I've just done an inspection drill. It's pretty good, but obviously that not so good. So what I'm thinking is to cut it along here and replace this piece of wood. This cool wire cupboard's got to come out. You know, it has definitely seen better days. Look, I'll show you an example of it. Here. It's pretty cool because, on a side note, this cupboard was open during the great flood of the 2000s. You see, this is the flood line, but it's teak, so... So they weren't even glued in. So they're actually, with a little bit of love, they'll come back nice. Bit of a sand and a bit of an oil, because these really are stunning cupboards. I really like all this teak lattice work. Oh, no! Got a third screw. Tighten this up. Yeah. I'm hoping with a bit of love these will come back. This one especially, where it was open, you can see the colour difference. I'm hoping we can get it back to a reasonable finish, but I don't mind the fact that you'll see the fade because it's part of the story, and I think sometimes the story's got to be told. We'll guard these with our life at some ridiculous price per unit. I kid you not, these are about 200 euros each. It's ridiculous. Probably when you could still buy teak from Burma. I think we've decided to just replace the whole bulkhead. This is the whole front of the cool wire cupboard. That bulkhead is becoming freer, or more free by the moment, I think the only things that are holding it in are the tabbing and the electrical cables.
Well, open plan it is then. Very open plan.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
We've decided we were going for the whole thing.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't record me bashing it out. I was in an angry mood for a minute. Still hasn't changed, but...
Okay, show us what is the state of that.
It's moist. I've seen wetter, but you know, yeah, we just literally got to slide another piece of wood in, and jobs are good. This is a little bit concerning, but
this is the wall that is already painted on the bottom part. Oh, Stuart is not having a good moment right now. You never see these bits, but Stuart has his moments, as everyone.
no, it'll look better once it's hoovered.
Is that all that's bothering you?
Oh yeah, I just can't handle this much mess. But no. Yeah, what can you do? You know, it's gonna get replaced, so it's pointless stressing about that. I don't know what to do here because I don't want to go back too much. We thought it was okay. Obviously, it's not okay. Can we just do a neat cut somewhere and replace a piece? I don't know. It's this veneer. This veneer is what's really annoying because they've covered everything with minimum 3 to 6 mil of veneer, which it's not structural. It's just for the grain, but it means that some things are harder to just switch out like for like. And yeah, there'll probably be people saying, well, should have already checked it out, but you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda there, people.
Yeah, I must say that the confidence we had when we started this was very, very small compared to the confidence we have now. And not that we are hyper super confident, but a lot of things were like, well, we can't do this, we just, a bit of paint will be okay. And now that we feel a bit more competent, we look at things and think maybe this is not all right. And we can actually do the work. It's just that it's all becoming a bit stressful right now because we are moving on board. Yeah, so that's what's going on. It's a little bit of stress because of that, but not because we don't know how to do the work. But it's just that we're moving in. There it is. And it is really wet in there. We will use it to template the new one.
So as you can see, all the tabbing is now removed with a little bit of scraping, hoovering and some sanding. That should be ready for insertion of new bulkhead. Yay!
Because we're moving back on board soon, we have been working a lot and not recording so much. So I'm just gonna show you what has happened and we haven't shown on camera. But there's a lot that's been done. I think that the last thing mentioned was that Stuart was gonna prep this area, sand it to build the bulkhead. And the bulkhead is now built. We have tapped just this side because we had to hold it in place from the other side and we couldn't put the tab in on the other side. So we have that left to do. Put the fiberglass all down here. We ended up replacing the bottom of this cupboard. I know it doesn't look pretty right now, but once it's painted and the door is back, we're gonna put maybe a little trim here to hide the joint, but it was a shame because this whole piece is good. So instead of putting a whole new piece, which would also be a waste because then you have to cut these massive holes. And in the galley and the saloon, Dun, dun, dun. Countertop's got holes and it's been epoxied. The sofa has been painted. Mirror finish. And we have just tested the cushions because this is the first time this sofa is actually a sofa. From the start, that sofa was completely rotten and we could never sit on it. So it's been pretty special to finally be able to sit and see how it feels. There you can see where there was a leak. I think that leak might still be on. This is one of the windows we still need to look at. But yeah, the cushions look cool. Just need pretty intense wash. Hopefully I can get rid of all these stains. But yeah, we're gonna put them away for now. We just wanted to see how it looks. And I think it looks great. And the box, that box that Stuart made, is ready to go in. I painted it. Again, super shiny. What we are doing is epoxying all the wood that we're putting everywhere. So all the wood is epoxied. And then whatever is on show is painted. So it's a little bit prettier and easier to keep clean and stuff. So yeah, progress is happening and it's really exciting. I was just updating people on all the jobs we've done without recording.
Yeah. Well, we're only put cushions on.
That is not all I've done.
And painted some stuff, dented some stuff.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
Dented some stuff, yeah. Got a little dent on the sofa. But I've been painting. Nothing more satisfying than this. Brand new glass.
One of the other jobs that have been completed was sticking some foam to the hull for the fuel tank.
With epoxy.
Yeah, with epoxy.
Mm-hmm. Because the tank sits on the bilge. We didn't want it to sit straight on the bilge. So there's some foam on the sides and some foam on that big block of wood that we installed.
You make it sound so sophisticated. Installed. We stuck a bit of wood to the floor.
Well, it's not so simple. We had to measure how. No. Now I'm gonna explain it. We had to measure the exact height. So we stuck 2 pieces of wood, Iroko, and then some plywood. It has been tapped onto the bilge as well. Anyway, that has also been done off camera, and now it's sorted.
Yep, alright. And where were those offcuts of this foam?
I don't know. Gone. Kaput.
Let's see if this actually does anything, or if it's just a waste of time.
It's too high.
Too high. Yeah.
I don't think that needs it though. Well, maybe.
Yeah, too high.
No, but maybe.
On the sides.
Yeah, just tiny bit, so it's
Nah, still too high. Oh well.
stuff too thick. Maybe we can find something thinner.
Cork. But bubble wrap.
Floorboard.
Yeah, don't tell me what I already know. That's pretty much that. Our caulking guns landed up dying. Who would think that a gun I bought 7 years ago from Wilco would finally give up? So Marina went nuts and bought a generic electric one
I'm so excited about this.
Alright, you hold that, I'll get a battery.
It's almost too much.
Wait, I've got a battery, where did I put it? Oh, come on. Ah, there. I'm not going to lie, we've got a couple of these generic tools that use a similar battery to what we have. So...
Whoa.
And it's got a light. Cosmic. Alright, let's get it done. Alright, so we open it up. Yeah, we're gonna... Okay, cool. Alright. When you stop, it backs it off a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's the whole point, so it doesn't keep...
Okay. How much has gone feral?
You don't want to break it.
No.
Might need to unclog it.
No, it's pretty unclogged. Can't unclog it any more than it.
Okay.
No, see.
Try with one. How much battery is in it?
3?
Well, that's disappointing. What's the problem?
I don't know. No, with the machine. Let's see if I just... That seems pretty solid.
I think you need to clean it up. And it's stuck. And block it.
Oh yeah, no, see, it's not open.
Oh my god.
I thought it looked pretty full. That's classic.
This is where we're dealing with people. And you think Stuart is a smart one.
Well, yeah. That's what my mum tells me anyway. She's like, Stuart, you're so smart. I'm like, thanks, mum. Okay, well. Now that we've broken the gun.
No, I'm lucky. I'm glad you didn't force it like many things you do.
I don't force anything. Okay, you hold that.
I hold the sticky stuff.
Yeah. So. Take 2.
It's a bit slow, but we'll get there. Oh, coming.
Ooh. Yeah, it works.
Nice.
Right. So, yay.
Pew pew.
Alright.
Oh my god, that is so quick. Best money spent ever. We still have to put on the wrap rail that goes all the way around the boat. So how many meters is that? Like
30 probably.
30 minimum. And Stuart pretended to do that with the normal caulking gun. It would have been impossible.
No, this would have been a pain.
Yeah, a real pain. And this is gonna be a blaze.
Oh.
Yeah, get yourselves an electric caulking gun. Normally we seat the bulkhead on a little piece of foam, but this one was a bit different. We couldn't do that. So what we've done is done the tubbing on one side and we're filling it up now with Seeker. The boat came out of the factory with the bulkheads sitting on nothing, just a little gap. And many boats are done like that, but we feel a little bit more confident having
a bit of jus or something.
Something soft between the hull and the bulkhead. And this is the first time we're doing the Seeker technique. But yeah, this gun is, it took me probably 15-20 minutes to do that first section with the other gun. And Stu's just done almost the whole thing. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We don't even need a time lapse, you can do it in real time.
And it's one of those things that I wanted to buy for a long time, but Stuart was like, we don't need it, we don't need it. Well,
yeah.
I can tell you now he's gonna be using it all the time.